Hello, my name is Hannah, and today we're building an apartment in The Sims, and this apartment is kind of funky. It's very closed off. It's definitely different than like a layout that I would normally do. You'll see in a bit. I don't know how far in it was, but the kitchen is like a 3x3 block. Well, kind of. It has like a corner chipped off of one of it, so it's like basically 3x3, and it just like has an archway into it. Like it's a very small kitchen, and it has 2 bedrooms, and one of them, the master bedroom, has like an archway with like the curtains that come with the paranormal stuff pack into it. So there's not a lot of privacy except for the bathroom and the kids' room, both of which are kind of small and not big spaces. So it's just very open area, but you could in real life, you could close the curtains to the master bedroom, but the curtains don't seem like they would do much. They would literally just block I guess direct sight. They wouldn't block any noise at all. I don't think it would help in the slightest. You might as well leave it open at that point. But originally I didn't really have a plan for where this apartment was going, and then I started picking out Realm of Magic furniture. Well, you'll see right away that I start putting Realm of Magic furniture down. But you'll see later on that I start putting more Realm of Magic stuff down, and then I come across, I think they're called tomes. I think. I don't really know, but the books that come with Realm of Magic that teach you the spells and stuff like that. I put some of those down, and I was just I put one down originally on the coffee table, I think, and then I made a whole shelf for them. And it was crazy. It's kind of funky looking on the inside. But it also doesn't fit with the big modern windows that are in this apartment. It doesn't fit very well, but that's fine. And so I just covered most of those up with curtains, which is what I normally would have done, but I used the same curtains that I covered the door with, or the archway. It's not really a door, just a doorway, but the archway. And I use this wood color that you'll see a couple bits of, and then I use a lot of the paranormal furniture because I thought it looked good with the Realm of Magic kind of furniture. It's the magical kind of Victorian kind of stuff, and a lot of bright colors. You'll see that the couch is blue. The I don't know what the table that the TV's on, I don't know what that's called, is also bright blue. The chairs in the dining room are bright blue. Oh, you see here, that's when I cut it off from the area, and you have to go into a tiny little room to go into the kitchen. I didn't decorate it very much because I feel it would have hindered the ability to use parts of the kitchen. I don't really know, but you'll see that you can have I think there's 2 counters that are available to be cooked on, and so it's perfectly functional. It's just very tight squeeze. And so I thought I had a lot of fun with this apartment. You also see that I put a bookshelf in front of the window. It kind of closes off the area because that's the only window in the entirety of the main living space. I think it may be the only one. So that's fine. But I was big modern window. No, we'll just put a bookshelf in front of it, and so I did. And then I kept the curtains there too. So windows, you don't need them. It'll be fine. It's The Sims. It doesn't actually matter that much. They won't get upset if there's no windows. But, it'll be fine. And I actually think this is a very cool apartment. Personally, I would not live there, but, it's definitely a cool one to play with. And you could make your spellcaster live here if they want to live in, San Myshuno and not Glimmerbrook. But, whatever. If you want to live in an apartment, that is a cool way to do it. But I guess that's about it for the build that I can talk about. So I guess we're going to move on to today's story. I talked about this in yesterday's video, but I had so many issues trying to figure out topics for today to talk about in my 3 voiceovers. I was not doing well this morning. I was just I don't know what to put in my voiceovers. And I really kind of only came up with one actual story, and you'll be hearing that in 30 seconds when I actually get to the topic that I was talking about. But I came up with one story and then 2 kind of stories, which this is fine because telling about just how my day went and the activities isn't that boring, and it's much more easily attainable to figure out one of those than a story from my childhood. But I did figure out one story by looking at this same college essay topics website that I look at every single time that I do not know what to do. Very helpful website. Couldn't tell you which one. Probably just Google college essay topics, and it'll probably be the first one there because that's probably exactly what I did. But that's just what I did. But today we are going to talk about the time one of the times that I was left home alone for a period of time. Well, I wasn't really home alone. I was with my brother, which makes the story even better. I've talked about being home alone. I've been left home quite often. I'm 15. I'll be fine. But this time we had some issues. So basically it goes fine most of the night. Nothing drastic happened, I guess. We'll call it not drastic. I don't really know what it is. But I think that night we had made like pizza rolls because I at that point probably could not cook anything but pizza rolls. I can now. I can cook things now. But at that time I was just making pizza rolls for people. That was like one of the only things I would use the oven for. Ovens still scare me. I am going to stick my hand on a hot oven one of these days. It's gonna happen. I am destined to do that. But most of the time when me and my brother are left home alone, we just ignore each other, which, works the best probably so that we don't get in incidents like the one I'm about to describe. But I don't really know. We were fighting about something, sibling fight, not actual fight, over something really dumb, I'd imagine. I could not tell you what that was, but we were fighting something dumb. He was in the kitchen. I don't know what he was in the kitchen for. That's not really important. And then I was on the staircase, and I got mad at him for something. I don't know what. At this point, this doesn't really matter. None of the sibling fights ever matter. That's, always that. But I, hit the wall, not purposefully. I fall down the stairs quite a lot, so I think I, slipped and, hit my, elbow, arm kind of thing on the wall. And the stairwell is, it has fairly tall, walls. That's walls. Yeah, the walls are tall. And then there's a light on there, but it's a glass light, I don't know, a shield. That's not what it's called, but it had a glass cover over the light. And I hit the wall so hard that the glass cover came down. It fell off of the wall onto the floor. And mind you, I was on the staircase at that time. Thankfully, it didn't fall onto me, because then we would have had an actual issue instead of just, a broken glass thing. We had an issue, but not as big of an issue as if it would have hit me. But it was very, very close to hitting me, which would have been really bad. But it hit the staircase and broke immediately, which makes a lot of sense as it was a glass light cover. But it shattered all the way down the staircase because it fell fairly high up the staircase, because it's upper middle of the staircase. So it hit, and then it fell down the staircase in very small pieces. It was really fun. We stopped our very probably childish argument at that point, in which I went, I just broke the light cover, in the most calm voice ever. I was just I broke the light cover. I don't know if that's exactly what I called it. I don't know what I called it, but I was just I broke the thing. Just, yeah, imagine that. And so I was okay, what do I do? And I was scared because, one, glass literally everywhere. It was literally everywhere on the staircase. And we have 3 dogs, and they are not the brightest things on the planet. They're far from it. They would have probably just stepped on the glass. So I was just get the dogs away from that. And I called my parents. I don't know which one I called. I called one of them. It doesn't really matter. But I called one of them, and I was just freaked out because I was I broke it, and I'm probably gonna get in trouble. I don't think I actually did get in much trouble. I don't remember. They were just quite glad they didn't have to pay for a hospital bill, because that's expensive. Didn't get hit by a light, so that's good. And so, and it was all fine, and they just basically just had us not get the dogs anywhere near the glass that was everywhere, and we did pick it up eventually. We got the big pieces originally while they were still out. I don't know where they were. They were just out somewhere. That doesn't really matter to the story. But we picked up most of the big glass shards because, we can do that safely, but the little glass shards were probably vacuumed up maybe or something. I don't know how we got rid of them. There's a lot of holes in the story. It's okay though. But, maybe we shouldn't, mess around on the staircase because, I hit the wall with my elbow, And so I think I probably tripped. I probably like stepped on my own foot and then fell into the wall, which, you know, is definitely a thing I would do. Definitely that is a very me thing to do, which is, you know, fun. So maybe I should have, you know, finished going down the staircase before that, but, you know, I obviously didn't. So that's real fun. But I guess that is the end of the story. It is almost screenshots time, so subscribe if you liked today's video. But as I said, it is almost screenshots time, so I post a new video every day of the week, so you can watch another video tomorrow. Bye!